right, everyone. You get a boring stock intro video today, guys. I still haven't redone my or recreated my custom intro since I rebranded. So you're getting stock stuff or throwback stuff until then. So I'm Chris. Y'all probably already know that. Just doing a pop up here. I actually have a guest today on this one. She just launched a podcast and she is kind of sort of maybe thinking about getting into live streaming. So I said, why don't you just hop on a live with me just to kind of see what it's all about, and maybe it'll help your decision making, maybe not, but either way, it'll be fun. So I'm going to bring out your go-to parts girl, Kaylee Fellio. Hey,
Hi.
Kaylee.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Make sure. Hey, Julie. Julie is here. So I did not schedule this ahead of time, so I don't know how many people are going to be here. So we'll just kind of chit chat for a minute before we get into the podcast part to give people a chance to say, "Oh, hey, Chris is live." Um, how have you been?
I've been very busy. Very good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You've got some exciting stuff going on. It's been exciting to watch um, your journey on LinkedIn, just to watch how your content has progressed and how you really like it. It always blows me away because I talk about live streaming a lot, but I get not bored with it, but sometimes I get bored with writing about the same stuff and trying to come up with creative ideas on how to constantly write about a certain topic. And I think you do that very well. Like you you don't ever make it boring to read about what you do.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do struggle with figuring out what to talk about sometimes.
Yeah, it does. It gets hard because you're in the industry and you live it all the time. So sometimes it does get a little hard to. Sometimes you think, man, I can only say so much about this or about that. So it does. It's kind of a struggle sometimes to come up with
Fresh,
a
yeah.
fresh perspective on it.
I think the way I look at it is we I like not everyone's gonna see it all the time, so it's okay to kind of repeat some
Yep.
of the stuff. Um,
Yep.
that kind of helps me with like talking about the same thing. And lately I've been my friend Sean, he does BDC in the industry, and he was like
Hmm.
telling me, he's like, you need to poke the bear more and like kind of be a little bit more like in your face about things. And I was like, okay, I'll try that. And I have been. It's been kind of fun. I've got more engagement on my comments. So
Yeah, it's funny how doing like controversial, or maybe not controversial, but kind of antagonistic approach or something like that will really like get people to stop and think and stop and look at what you're doing
yeah.
for sure. If y'all are watching, drop a comment. It says there's two people watching. I might be one of those though, because I've got it pulled up over here and I know Julie's here. So if you're somebody that's not Julie, then y'all drop a comment and let us know you're here. Oh, my little eye just went away. What happened? That's weird. There it is. Okay. So tell us about your exciting news.
I have started a podcast. It's called the Parts Girl
Woohoo!
Podcast.
I love it. I love that name.
Thank you. I was like not quite sure what to call it, but everyone's like, duh, the Parts Girl, that's who you are.
Right? And the P and the P go together, the Parts Girl podcast. So that makes it kind of catchy too.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like it. And I've done a few recordings already, and it's been really fun to talk to people in the industry. And yeah, it's really exciting. It's a lot of work. I didn't realize how much went into like editing and the audio and the video and kind of being creative with it. So
Hmm.
that's been fun
Yeah,
to learn.
because I've never done just an audio podcast. But I can see how it would be a little bit challenging. Yeah, DJ produces podcasts too. Um, I can see how it would be a little bit of work to try and make it fun and creative without the visual aspect of it.
Yeah,
Like to keep people kind of on the hook coming back, just
exactly.
listening to a voice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the first couple are there. I've learned a lot from them. Moving forward, they'll probably be much better.
Yeah, and that's the way it was. Like whenever I go back every once in a while and look at some of my first streams I did, and I'm just like, oh my god, that was terrible.
Yeah, I've looked back
So,
on some of
so
my videos.
yeah,
I'm like, oh no.
yeah, I know you, but it's good though because it shows how far you've come. Like it's a little bit of a confidence boost for me when I'm like, oh look, yeah, it is learning DJ. Um, when I look back at some of my earlier streams compared to now, I'm like, oh my god, I've come a long way.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Recently, we recorded for a podcast, and I was like, "Oh no, it was so bad." I had so much anxiety after it 'cause I was like, "Oh, I failed," because it was the group of people, and I didn't really realize we were allowed to talk about what our company does. Because normally you don't want to be like that person that's like, selling, selling,
Right,
selling. So I like
right.
avoided the question, and I was like, "Oh, we can talk about what we do." So yet, and I'm like, I'm terrified because I know it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, but like DJ just said, half the time nobody knows. Like they
That's
don't
true.
know. You know because you were in the middle of it, but they don't know. I think
Yeah,
it was just part of it.
that's true.
Yeah.
Now everyone knows. I
Now
messed up.
every yeah, now everyone knows. So where can we find your podcast? Have you
Um,
published it yet?
I have published it, but I haven't been able to find it yet, and I think it's because I don't actually have an episode loaded. Um,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's gonna be on Spotify, Apple, like the main, and then
Hmm.
I'm gonna post it on LinkedIn for everyone to see. And I think that's the way to do it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So just tell us, like, for anybody that doesn't know this watching, like what you do, and then kind of lead that into what the podcast is about, like the different people you talk to and the topics and all that kind of stuff.
So what I do, I'm the sales and marketing manager at Parts Edge. So I'm in charge of all of our content, creating excitement for people to want to learn about what Parts Edge does. And what Parts Edge does is we're a service for parts managers and dealerships
Hmm.
in the auto industry that just help them manage their inventory and their day to day. And
Hmm.
it just kind of takes it to the next level because they already have systems in place, but we just outline the most important things that need to happen and we help execute that. I guess that's like
Cool.
the best generic way to say it. Uh, and then my podcast, I decided to start one because I was going on so many, and I thought it was such a cool way to have a conversation that wasn't like all
Hmm.
about selling in a way. So
Hmm.
I just really liked that, and then I always thought, like, I learned so much from going on those podcasts that it would be cool to
Hmm.
invite people so that I can just continue to learn and have, like, a good conversation. So
Yeah.
I forgot to my phone.
No, it's good. I've done the same thing before. Phone's over here going off, and I'm like, oh crap. Um, and you're absolutely right. That is and it's podcasting and live streaming, same principle. Hey, Travis, good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping in. Um, you learn so much, and you don't have to talk about all that Parts Edge does. You can,
So,
like I'm sure you're going to talk about, talk to parts managers and talk about their pain points, or um, some people even bring their competitors on and talk to them and talk about different things they're seeing in the industry.
yeah.
It's just such a cool way to, like you said, just to learn stuff about what's going on in your industry. And even if you had a one off where it was just like a chill podcast where you're hanging out with someone, but um, like I've learned so much doing them.
Mhm.
Just talking to people and like, oh my god, I never even know that kind of stuff existed.
Yeah, just having that conversation, you learn so much,
Yeah,
um and then I'm excited to interview more parts people, obviously, because I'm the parts girl. And there not a lot of parts people go on podcasts or go on do events. So it's gonna be really
right.
cool to share some of their pain points and what they're going through with everyone.
I, I think it's kind of I don't know if underdog is the right word, but maybe of the auto industry. You know, everybody focuses on selling the cars,
Mhm.
but not as many people think, or I don't think about the service side of it.
No.
And it
Yeah,
just really helped.
go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, especially like the parts, because like they see service and they're like, service is service, but and it's like, more exciting. And then parts is like they always call parts the redheaded stepchild, because
Yeah.
they're back in the far back corner, and
Yeah.
yeah, so
Exactly. But you can't have the service without the parts.
no, exactly.
So, yeah, that's awesome. And I think it's cool that you're doing that just to kind of make it more of front and center in the auto industry. Yeah, the real work, exactly. The real work that takes place.
Yeah,
100%. My ex wife worked for a dealership for a while. So I got to know some of the people up there. And you're right. Nobody thinks about parts.
no,
It's the cars, it's the service, and then like nobody thinks about the parts.
no one
So
thinks.
it's cool that you're doing that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. And it seems like there's a lot of new parts managers out there lately. Because parts people don't normally like leave, like parts managers, they're there for a long time. And
Hmm.
so there's this like shift happening where there's a lot of new parts managers. So it's just gonna allow them to learn, I think, and have support because there's not a lot out there.
Yeah. And I would think, I don't know this, this is just purely speculation on my part, but it would seem like parts would be a pretty big source of revenue for a dealership.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's almost I think parts and service combined, it's almost 50% of
Yeah.
yeah, according to NADA. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are changing industries a lot.
Yeah, and I think too with the pandemic it's shifted and there's this new focus on fixed ops and um where they're just growing like crazy. Like everyone's
Hmm.
so busy that they can't even really keep up with
Yeah.
everything.
How long have you been doing this?
Uh, I believe altogether about 10 years. 'Cause there
Okay.
was a little in between there I left that I kinda don't really count. But it was a couple of years that I left, and I went to
Yeah.
the, real estate industry.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Cars are not as cheap. They're not. There is a growing demand. Like I'm gonna, I'm gonna be limping my poor little old, what year my 8-year-old truck. Um, I'm gonna be limping it along for as long as I possibly can. The way new cars are.
yes, I well, I did the opposite. I bought an old car, so
Yeah, yeah, I know that is bad for real though. I love that little thing.
it's really cool. I feel, like, cool driving it. And it's kinda cool because out here in Arizona, like, everyone has Jeeps, and I'm, like, in a 4Runner just cruising around, not in a Jeep.
Yeah, I love those old Forerunners. So man, those things are cool as hell. That year, what year model is yours?
It's a '97.
Yeah, I was gonna say that late '90s, early 2000s model to me were just like tough looking.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough looking, especially with all the modifications now.
Yeah.
It's a climb into
So do
it.
you take it off road? Have you taken it off road yet?
Yeah, I have a couple times.
Okay.
We did do this one trail that, has kind of like a track. It's like for side by sides. So you ride the
Okay.
trail and there's like a track, and it was really fun because I got to actually kind of climb hills and put it in 4 low.
Oh
And
yeah.
I have a lot to learn because my husband normally does the off-roading and he's the one driving, and so now he's,
Hmm.
like, coaching me, like, how to avoid the rocks and, there's a
Yeah.
lot of technique to it.
Yeah. I bet y'all don't have a lot of mud out there though, do you?
No, no, not really, not unless it's, like, early, like, wintertime-ish, because when the
Hmm.
snow is kinda melting in the mountains,
Hmm.
it does get muddy, or if we have a good rain, but
Yeah.
not really muddy.
Yeah. Down here in Texas, we don't have hills like that, at least not in East Texas where I'm from. So it's all about going mudding.
Mudded.
Yeah. So our off-road stuff is mudding.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
It's probably like thick mud, like clay mud, right? Because like
Thick.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's rough stuff. You will break some stuff in a heartbeat. Yeah, Florida is mudding too and swamping. Yep,
Swapping.
swamp life. They've
That's
got big swamp buggies down in Florida that people make homemade that are basically just a platform with like big, almost tractor tires on it. And they put a motor under it. It looks like a pontoon boat with wheels on it.
oh wow.
Yeah, like they're bad for real. I'd love to get on one.
That would be fun.
Yeah, a platform on tires. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Wow.
Um,
Never heard of it.
yeah, I didn't either till I started watching some YouTubers that are in Florida. Yeah, in the sand dunes.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what I grew up in.
yeah,
The sand dunes.
the sand dunes. We don't. Oh, I live on a sand hill, but we don't have any sand dunes. It's all. I mean, we got grass and stuff growing on it. They have them
Oh
out in West Texas, though. There was a place out there when I worked out there that people would go and I never went, but they were always talking about it. Go off roading on the sand dunes.
yeah, that's a whole nother technique. And
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like each one has its own technique that and different modifications to the vehicle to get it to do what you want it to do.
yeah, because there's lots of like whoops out there. So you have to have like really good suspension so you can really
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Hmm. Um, I was going to ask you something else about the podcast. I don't remember what it was.
The first
Yeah,
one's
chicken.
gonna be released in
That's
the
what it was.
the first Friday of the month. First and third Friday of each month. So the first one will be out in what day is that? The 6th.
Okay. So it's going to be twice a month. You'll be releasing a new episode.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You already have guests lined up, booked out.
I do. Yeah,
That's
I've
awesome.
recorded like 5 already. So I have the
Cool.
I just have to figure out my process so then it's like a lot quicker to like
Hmm.
yeah.
That's awesome. What are you using to record?
I'm using Zoom, I think. Is that
Okay. Yep.
yeah. And then I got a microphone. So
Official and stuff.
it's all official.
Yeah. I'm kind of a I like talking about gear. I get geeked out when I start talking about different gear and mics and lights and all that kind of stuff.
The mic I got is colorful, if you can see it.
Ooh, that is. What kind of mic is that? It looks like a Rode
It's
Hyper.
Hyper X. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
It's really cool. I like it.
I
So far,
know.
I think it's working
Like
good.
like heads to Amazon right now to look for it.
Yeah, that's where I got it. It's a cool one. I need to like display it because it changes colors. It's all
Yeah, you need to get a boom where you can display it like this one.
yeah.
HyperX newest Quadcast. That looks nice.
Yeah.
That's
So
his
far I
most
haven't had
recent
any
one.
complaints.
No, it sounds really good. It sounds really clear. That's cool as hell, man.
I honestly
I like
bought it because it was colorful.
that.
I didn't
Look,
really
I can't.
think.
I can't say anything. Like I've got a light up, LED light up big mat that my keyboard and mouse sit on, um, and then I've got colored lights behind me. Usually, whenever I'm doing a regular show, I have all the lights off and then colored lights behind me.
Oh, that's
Um, yeah, like it's. I like lights, and the desk I want to get comes with like LED strips underneath. There's a raised part on it for your monitors to sit on,
uh-huh.
and it comes built in underneath that, and then underneath the main part of the desk already with LED strips. So all you
Wow.
got to do is plug it in. Yeah, I know it.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right. The mic I have on my wish list is not black, it is silver.
Oh, cool.
Um, yeah, but it doesn't light up like this. I like that.
I think I did it in a different color. It doesn't have to be black. I think
Yeah,
maybe.
that's cool. Well, yeah, love your tools. Gotta love the tools, man. I get straight. I will go down a rabbit hole on Amazon looking at different kinds of equipment, and yeah,
I
it's
do
a
the same.
thing. It's a
I do
yeah, it's a whole thing. So May the 6th, not March, May the 6th, it is going to drop. I'm assuming there'll be a post and links to it and all that
yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah, geek out together. You are exactly right. Um, Gabeliao, he's a friend of ours. It's another live streamer and producer. He just got all kinds of new equipment, like all kinds of new equipment. And then he changed positions at his day job where he doesn't have time to stream as much as he used to, so he doesn't even get to play with it. And
Aw,
I'm like, man, poor Gabe.
that sucks. Well, I got it.
Yeah.
I have to get a new ring light because for some reason it broke. So it's well, the light works, but it's the circle isn't attached anymore. So it's just kind of hanging there. Uh,
I didn't like this was my ring light for a long time.
oh
This little
wow.
thing. Yeah, it actually changes colors, but it turns on white. And that was all I had until probably a month and a half ago when I got a regular ring light.
Yeah, mine's regular. I think it's a
Yeah,
circle.
just a circle. Yeah, it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, it does.
Do you wear glasses at all?
No.
Okay. I thought I'd seen a video of you with glasses. I was going to give you a glasses tip with a ring light.
Oh yeah, no. Just sunglasses. But I
Okay.
won't.
You won't wear those on the show. It might be part of your brand.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's funny.
Well, Kaylee, I enjoyed this. I'm going to jump off here so I can go eat my peanut butter and jelly sandwich for lunch before I have to go back. Uh,
Enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah. Peanut butter and jellies are the
It's
best.
sitting right there.
Do you like yours with chips? Because like I have to eat a peanut butter and jelly with like Cheetos or Doritos, like something like crunchy.
Do you put it in the sandwich?
No, I like to eat like take a bite and then eat a chip.
Yeah, I do too. Like I don't, I have to have something crunchy,
Hmm.
especially if I'm eating something like that with no substance to it. Really, it's,
Yeah.
you know, I gotta have some. I gotta have something with some crunch. I've even been known sometimes when I reheat spaghetti to put like Fritos in it, just so
Oh,
it has some crunch.
that's interesting. I
Yeah,
like eating leftover spaghetti like on bread, like cold spaghetti with bread and butter.
really. I've never eaten cold spaghetti on bread.
I would try it. I don't know. My mom, I don't remember
Okay.
her as a kid, and it's kind of comforting. I don't know. But you have to like cold food though. Like if you're weird about food not being hot, then you might not like
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. Cold food doesn't bother me. And I actually have spaghetti in the fridge to eat for dinner tonight because um, I'm producing a show for Julie tonight. And I just stay up at work because I don't have good internet at home. So I do all this stuff from my day job. So I
it.
brought spaghetti to eat for dinner tonight. And I've got bread right there,
Try
right,
it.
right
Because you think you
there.
have to have butter with it. Like
Oh,
it's
I don't have any butter up here.
yeah, I think that but I mean it would probably be good with just regular.
All right. I'm
I
going to
don't
try it, and I might video it and post it tomorrow. That might be my post tomorrow. I'll be like, look,
okay.
Kaylee made me do
Try it
it.
instead.
All right. Well, y'all, I thank y'all so much for hopping in here in the comments, Julie and DJ and Travis and whoever else is watching that has not commented. I see you. I see that there's people watching, but
Oh
only
good.
Julie and Travis commented. Yep. Um, So, to you lurkers out there, thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Kaylee, it was good to have this conversation with you. So awesome and so excited to hear that the podcast that is awesome.
Thank you.
Um, I'm always in favor of people doing live streams or podcasts because I think it's just a great way to establish yourself as an expert and to showcase your expertise without necessarily selling.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
totally agree. That's my
yeah,
style. That's what I like.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So I think it's just great, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
me too.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Tonight, Joyful Julie Griffin is going to be live with Anthony Jones on Julie's LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and on Anthony's LinkedIn. And then tomorrow night for a special edition of So I Did a Thing, Wine Wednesday, Mother's Day edition. Marlia Alpers is going to be on the show. I don't know what we're going to do. I know there's going to be some free wine given away. Yeah, that's it. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Let me find my outro. Where's my outro video? There it is. All right. Y'all have a good one.